Oh, hi. Looks it looks a little bright. I think the exposure got weird on us again. We're gonna mess with the video for a moment. Watch closely as I completely mess with the video. Exposure. See, that's the exposure at 6. This is the exposure at 5. Maybe if I mess with brightness, because I'm not that bright to begin with. There we go. There we go. Hello, Kay. Welcome back. You're just in time. I'm going to do a thing. I'm actually going to do several things. One of the things I'm going to do is I am going to play a brand new song and tell you how and why I came up with this song, and we will see how that goes from there. It'll also give you an idea of what the creative process was. Put on a blue filter and look like Nightcrawler. Well, Amy likes Nightcrawler. Amy likes him blue and fuzzy. Nightcrawler, Beast, Sully from Monsters Inc. Beast, yes. Nightcrawler is too skinny? Yes. My lovely wife is downstairs and heckling me at the same time. Goodness me. So, we're going to start with a song, and then I'm going to do another song. The song actually leads to the new song. So, bear with me on this, as they say. As the zookeeper says, bear with us. And this is a song. The first song I'm going to do is Helsinki, which is a song that was inspired by Teppo Leonin. I think I'm saying your last name right, Teppo. If not, I'm really sorry. My mouth was made in Utah, and it's just not built for this kind of thing. But he had posted a video of snowfall on a Helsinki train station. And he had written, the caption was just, "It's snowing in Helsinki." And I looked at it and I thought, that is the most Warren Zevon song title I have heard in a long time. And then I had to write this. Now, it features the B flat chord, which is one of the reasons I play it slow. Microphone it a little closer because it's a soft song. It's snowing in Helsinki and raining hard on the Zuyder Zee. And all the socialists are drinking, bemoaning what's become of me. Trains are running slow in Cairo. Taxis stalled in Trafalgar Square. They all seek for my revival, but sad to say they won't find it there. It's impossible to fathom the depths of what I've sunken in. So I'll just fight on like my father. Just take it on the chin. Bridge. No words. Words one day. It's snowing in Helsinki, raining hard on the side of Z, and all socialists are drinking, bemoaning what's become of me. It's a nice little gentle kind of melancholy, kind of 2 o'clock in the morning in a bar, and there's one guy having a conversation with his last beverage of the night, and he's not angry, and he's not sad, he's just tired. That was the introduction I was intending to do at the beginning of the song, and got all caught up in everything else, Amy heckling me, and Tom saying that Amy is such a trained professional that she doesn't have to be in the room there to heckle. Yeah, it's a really Warren Zevon kind of... Snowing in Helsinki was this Warren Zevon song, and I love Warren Zevon's stuff, because no matter what he wrote, even Werewolves of London, which was literally him and another guy free associating in a dressing room between gigs, there was always this fierce intellect behind it, and I love that. Now, let me tell you something about the next song. The next song is actually something that came into being in the true spirit of bricolage, because there are 2 parts to it. Most of the time, if I'm writing a song, I come up with the words first, and then I sing the words, and I try to find chords that match how I sing them. Every so often, though, usually when I'm just blowing off steam, I will start with music. I will just find a chord sequence that I like. And this chord sequence here is just, it sounded good. That's D minor and F. Okay? Now the problem with this is that it's got a nice drive to it. It feels like it's going somewhere. But where? And then my brain went, well, what if I did? Okay. And just for your notes, that is almost an F6. It's like an F, and the F6 actually has one more finger fretted. This, I wanted that note there instead of there. I wanted to have that kind of not quite resolved, because this whole thing really needed to have that. And then I actually posted on Facebook. It's like, I have no idea how to resolve this. And people made various suggestions. And I finally hit D6, A. Oh, so it goes. F6, A7, D minor. Then D6, A. Wait. C. And that made sense. It worked. It worked in my head. And I was very happy with it. I had no words. I had no words for it for several weeks. And then, the way things often fall together, Richard, one of my Patreon peeps, and I've been having a conversation, and he was wondering how much it would cost for him to get me to write a song about a specific subject. And we discussed it for a while. I said, you know what? What do you want me to write about? Because honestly, while that you're so darn smart, you write something thing is, see. It's resolved, but it's not quite resolved. And I like that there's a thing going on there. Has a real kind of almost a Dire Straits kind of feel to it. Lots of seventh stuff, lots of minor stuff. It's resolving, but it's not really resolving, so there's this little bit of tension in there. And Richard said, well, one of the guys who also comes to the show, and we know him from another venue, from Amok, Teppo, I'd like you to do a song about Teppo. It's like, really? Okay. I thought about that for a while, and I realized that Teppo, who is a wonderful man and has often used this show to combat insomnia, I'm not making this up, sometimes he's in Finland. He's way over there. So it is like late by the time I'm doing this show. He said, I talked to him a little bit, and I got some more information, and I got to put some words into this, and it became, because it said Finland, Our Man in Finland. Oh, that's a title. And that's where, now, I got to tell you, the biggest challenge on this is that there's a strumming pattern here that I literally don't know. It's in my head, and I'm trying to make it happen in my hands. I have not practiced this very much, so this is very much a rough draft. But hopefully, Richard and Teppo will like it. Particularly Teppo. You don't want to anger Finnish people. Long nights, cold days, up north, just a ways, blind cyclist through the dawn, got his helmet, his goggles on, a man in Finland, a man in Finland. No more days sitting round, gotta get up, head into town, find the way out to the square, got some Fenix waiting there, a man in Finland, a man in Finland. It's got a motorcycle beat to it, and it sounds like riding a bike. Now this part right here is a solo, and if I could play a solo and had this track on it, I would. Hit the square, take in the lights, then ride off into Helsinki's night. Carlos can it, not the plan. All Helsinki respects the man, a man in Finland, a man in Finland. So, I hope that, Richard, you like it. I hope that Teppo likes it. I have a lot of respect for Teppo. He is a nifty guy. He is literally our man in Finland. And I hope that worked. I really do. It's an interesting process. I wanted to give you guys a kind of a view into what happens inside my head during some of these things. And this is an unusual one because it... Excellent. Thanks, Richard. this is an unusual one because it started with the music rather than the words. I've got 2 or 3 more of these. I have cool musical things happening in this written down. I literally write the chord structures down and say, do something with this on the note in Evernote, because I live on Evernote as far as music goes, because Evernote is right there in front of me where I can see it. And that is our man in Finland. And now, how about a little Jimmy Buffett? What do you think, Kay? Jimmy Buffett? Jimmy Buffett. I'm going to assume Kay is going to say yes, because there's a 30-second delay between when I say stuff and when the folks on Facebook see it. Technology. There we go. You never try to keep the wild ones home. But mister, don't just sit there and wait. Go out on the town, making all of the rounds. It won't matter if you're your own day. Got fried, dreaming of your pretty eyes up in South Carolina. I can't pronounce my R's and G's when I'm speaking Southernese. Honey, honey, come and do me again. I seen your fat cat style, 300 pounds, a jive ass smile. Young girls giggling all the while. That's not my cup of chowder. I go for candlelight, cold champagne nearly every night. Honey, honey, come and do me again. Couldn't you have taken that non-stop train? I'm hungry, and I really want to see you again. I know it's getting late. Waiter keeps staring at your empty plate. Waiter D keeps telling me, sir, she's just not coming. Well, what the hell does Garcon know? We've been through all this before. Honey, do a little toast for me and you. Honey, why couldn't you have taken that non-stop train? I'm hungry, and I really want to see you again. Vacantly occupied, sat on the beach until my body got fried, dreaming of your pretty eyes up in South Carolina. I can't pronounce my R's and G's when I'm speaking Southernese. Honey, come and do me again. One more time. Well, now, honey, come and do me again. Oh, well, now, honey, come and do me again. Wow, it's been a little while since I've played that, and it shows. Also, I think I'm just having a little technique issue right now. I took the little piezo mic off the bottom of this thing because I'm not playing it plugged into an amp right now, so I don't need to have it there. And trying to figure out how I'm playing. I'm playing here instead of playing here. And if you see, Kay saw me at Steampunk November, and I was pretty much played like this. I was about as reclined as humanly possible. Because this is roughly how I was playing in the office. That's also why I strum with my thumb. The buffet dinner. I like it. The Buffett and the Buffett. That's a good... you know something? Somebody ought to get a hold of Mr. Buffett and offer to suggest that. There is actually a Buffett Buffet show on the Jimmy Buffett channel on Sirius XM, by the by. And yes, Tom, I did see that, the big Finnish. I don't know how big he is. He might be pretty large. Large Finnish people are scary. They're intimidating. Oh my goodness me. I am so happy to see so many of y'all here. Frankly, we've had some ebbs and flows, and everybody has a life, let's be honest. Except me, which is why I keep doing the show. But I have been having a good time doing this, and it has been giving me the flight hours, so to speak. So that when we get to the point where we are once again permitted to gather... I thought that was falling out of tune. Not quite as bad as the baritone ukulele, which spontaneously detuned on me twice while playing Festus. I'm not sure what it has against that song. Alright, there we go. There we go. Beautiful. Tempo is not a small man. There we go. So this last song is one that was inspired by the Cat's Cafe comic that is out there, the webcomic. I would say look it up if you have not. And if you can support the creator of that comic, do so, because it's good to support the creative peoples. And it means that I see more inspiration like this. It's the same guys who... Cat's Cafe is the same... same creator that inspired Platypus Postman. And when I saw this, like, Kaiju Coffee? Ding! And I immediately had like I knew what I wanted in my head. See if this is creative process again. And it was just a matter of, okay. And the words started coming out, and then the chords kind of started spooling out. And it was a race to see whether I would get the lyrics or the music done first. It really was. But this is the comic. And this is a darn fine closer, if I do say so myself. Izzy describes this as surf punk, and I'm not going to argue with her. She's better armed than I am. Kaiju, Kaiju coffee, rising up from the deep. Kaiju, Kaiju coffee, helps them not fall asleep. From the depths of the sea to the city downtown, Kaiju gotta get up and start rolling around. But that decade-long slumber is real hard to shake off. What they need is a gallon of that bubbly black stuff. Kaiju, Kaiju coffee, rising up from the deep. Kaiju, Kaiju coffee, helps them not fall asleep. Just because you're a giant don't mean that you don't have needs. Sometimes some liquid ambition helps you perform great deeds. Gotta level a city first thing in the AM. You'll need a tanker-sized latte, get you going again. Kaiju, Kaiju coffee, rising up from the deep. Kaiju, Kaiju coffee, helps them not fall asleep. Giant robots need fuel, and man, a kaiju does too. You gotta have a big jolt from 10 gallons of brew. Kaiju cannot breathe fire if the stove isn't lit. Chuck down a macchiato and that flame will not quit. Kaiju, Kaiju coffee, rising up from the deep. Kaiju, Kaiju coffee, helps them not fall asleep. Kaiju. Pyro Blackout, thank you for coming. I have no budget. Wow, whoever came in right on the end of that, boy, did you miss something. And thus we come, staggering forth to the end of another glorious, highly enjoyable, and very satisfying for me at least, Troubadork Non-Commute Show. I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me again. It never ceases to amaze me that people do show up to watch this live, because I know I get replays. I know I get replays because I can actually see those views, mostly on Facebook, because Facebook is so freaking ubiquitous. Everybody has it open. It's like, oh, I guess I will check to see what Matthew is doing. Oh, look, it's a thing. And I will continue to do this because I enjoy it. I enjoy the creative process. I enjoy interacting with y'all. This is a way that we can banter back and forth. I can talk to these bubbles over here, and they can talk back to me. Or these bubbles talk to me, and then I talk to you, and you're talking and coming out in the bubbles. So it's a circle of life thing, you see? It all works perfectly. So we do live in a capitalistic society, so there's some paperwork to get out of the way. Let's go ahead and do it. You know the drill by now if you've been watching. First and foremost, the tip jar, of course, is PayPal.com/TheAdequate or Venmo, @TheAdequate for you hip kids that have Venmo. I don't have a Cash App, and I probably never will. I'm 53 years old. I'm lucky to get a Venmo. Honestly, I only got a Venmo because somebody I was working with had a Venmo, and I needed to send them money. But I want to thank the folks who have dropped some cash in the bucket, and that's Eric and Robert, Rick, Emily, and Miranda. Some of them have dropped cash in multiple times, which makes me question their sanity, but not more than I question the sanity of the folks who are over here at patreon.com/theadequate. That's right, the Adequate Patreon for supporting adequacy in our lifetime. Just like Cascuro and Linda and Shay and Ann and Stephen and Rob and Alicia and Relly and BK and Kaylee and Richard and John and Brian and Lorene, who have all decided, against all common sense, to throw a buck or two my way. Yep, Teppo watches it on repeat. He's one of my rerun viewers most of the time. Although if he can't sleep, he'll watch it live, and I have actually had him here live as well in the wee hours of the Finnish morning. Any money that comes to me through this or through the PayPal thing goes right back into the show, which is why I have like a decent camera and have a light and have a switch to turn the light off and on. Ooh, well, that's still pretty hot. I just paid for a year's hosting of theadequate.com, which is the official Tobias the Adequate website. Those of you who are throwing $2 or more at me, if you have a website or a product or a person or a business or a service or whatever that you would like to advertise, let me know. I'll put it right here. I'm not proud. Carpe Diem Comics is, in fact, the official emotional support comic shop of Tobias the Adequate and all the many doofy things he does. Carpe Diem Comics online.square.site. They may have updated it. I'll have to check that. Talk to Shadow. The archives are over here. Yonder. Facebook.com and twitch.tv/Tobias the Adequate. The Facebook page is the Facebook page. It has everything. It's a Tobias the Adequate Facebook page. Twitch has 2 weeks worth of shows. The YouTube playlist is called Troubadork. You can find all of the shows I have done up on it. Whether they're on the playlist or not, the playlist is about a week behind. But who doesn't have a week behind at this point? I will be catching that up probably tomorrow. Although I'm not working tomorrow. PTO, baby. And I'll also point out that we do have a podcast going on over at The Adequate Podcast, which you can find at anchor.fm/theadequate. It's a little series of short doofiness for Ask Philo, because it's where you ask questions of Philo, T. Headbecker, Kneecap, Rednecromancer from northern southeast Texas in Atchafalaya, Hukawakamaka County. Don't ask us to spell that. It might bring about the apocalypse. Where Philo answers your questions about life, death, undeath, the dark arts and crafts, raccoons, we're alligators, grandmothers, moon pies, and why we're not allowed in Nacogdoches no more. And that drops every Friday at 1 a.m. once a week. And I think this will be episode 5. And I will say that episode 6, which is the one just before Halloween, is the one where we talk about the giant Home Depot skeleton and the animation thereof. Not reanimation, animation, because reanimating assumes that it was animate to begin with. And we talk about some of the many pitfalls that come from animating a giant Halloween decorative feature and some of the practical applications thereof. So do check that out at anchor.fm/theadequate or anywhere you get your podcasts if you look up The Adequate Podcast, and that includes Spotify, so it can't be that hard. Check it out. I get like a penny every time somebody listens to one because I have a little ad for Anchor.fm at the beginning of it. And over the past year and change that the podcasts have existed, I have made enough to get a combination platter. One day! And cash that out and get myself that combination platter. And that's everything. That's all of it. I hope you've had a decent week. It has been weird. All over the dang place. There's political stuff going on. If you know me, you know where I stand on it. Vote. Vote, vote, votey, vote, vote, vote. If you're a United States citizen, vote. If you can vote early, vote early. If you can't vote early, make a plan and vote. Please, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. Just vote, okay? Let's make this a participatory democracy. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to each other. Take care of each other. The virus does not care. And the virus is just mean and it doesn't care what it hurts. So be safe out there, okay? Because I want to be able to see y'all again. As much fun as doing this is, and as much of a habit as doing this has become, I'd really rather prefer going out into public and being in a crowd of people who can all just heckle me right back. You know, we can have a conversation live. We don't have to wait for that 30-second delay that Facebook puts up. So that's it. That's everything. Y'all have been wonderful. I've been Tobias the Adequate. Thank you for encouraging my behavior, and I will see you next time. Take care.